Here we are, little Woodlands walk. I'm carrying the phone this time because basically the audio mic just doesn't seem to work for some reason. It seems to do it as, well, not on this phone. I'm going to try it on the other phone later to see if it works there, but on this phone it generally doesn't work. So I don't know why, but okay, try it on this one. I'll try it on the other one later. Yeah, I can order another mic, which I will do. See if that works with this one. Indeed. See what happens. I'm waiting for a person to go in front of us, and Jesus, she's taking her time. All right. So anyway, yeah. Okay. There's Covie and my mum. Chewie's indoors. There's little Covie and mum. There's Loose. Loose. Got new collar for Micky has turned up now, so that's good. He can have his green one back on for tonight. I've got to make sure I charge him because sod's law is get out there. And well, I've charged Lucy's one. That's been charged recently. Mollie's one's been charged. Covie's one's been charged. So I need to do Amber's and Riley's. Micky's one's been done now. Chewie's one doesn't need to be done because he's not going out for a run with the rest tonight. I brought him out earlier, here again, off lead. He had a little jaunt around, a little bit of jogging around. Nothing too much. That's cool. Well, in theory, Saturday, Wednesday, he'll be coming around with us if we come here. If we come here. He'll be coming around with us for that. That'd be cool. But that'd be his first time out with the rest. Yeah, with the pack. Because he likes to run ahead and he does an awful lot of running around. And so maybe that's pushing it a bit too early. So I think on Wednesday we can do that because it'll be 7 days since he's up. So he should be okay at that point in time. He's probably okay now, but you just never know. Anyway, on to the subject. Well, first of all, COVID, or this virus stuff, this lockdown stuff. Yeah, be aware of the stupidity of a lot of the radio adverts. God, there's so much stupidity in these radio adverts, and don't listen to the advice of them. There's one right now which is talking about if you get a visitor to your home, open the windows. Open as many windows as you can. Yeah, because that will hopefully blow the virus out. Well, put it this way, it will blow the virus, but it will blow the virus. Yeah, if someone has been in the area, in your house, and they've had the virus, and they touch surfaces, that virus will be on the surfaces. If you're in a blustery area, generally speaking, the wind comes in, blows everything to crazy, comes up at head height, then falls back down again. So if you've got someone in, what's going to happen? They're more likely to breathe it in if you've got the windows open. So don't open the bloody windows. Let's not pretend for a second that windows open is the same as being outdoors. You absolute plums. The level of stupidity here is utterly bloody crazy. It really is. Utterly crazy. It's not as if having your windows open is the same as being outdoors. It is not. Yeah, as I say. Yeah, don't take any notice of these adverts. Yeah, they're crazy. Anyway, okay. The things I haven't spoken about yet with regards to the Matthew 7 situation. Right, okay, let's get on to that. First of all, the Matthew 7 situation is explicitly talking about the situation. Oh, sorry. Someone seems to have a broken foot. Look at that. Toe's been smashed. Oh dear. That's going to take some orthopedic. That's going to take some work by whatever department in the hospital deals with that. I'm not a medical person, as you can probably tell now. Anyway, so yeah, we're talking specifically about the situations where people decide that they're going to make someone pay for what they've done. That's basically it. Yeah, where it's a concerted effort. Yeah, we're not talking about situations where somebody loses their temper with somebody for doing or saying something and reacts, and in that reaction they do or say something. Yeah. Because even in that moment, you can want someone to pay for what they've done. But it's simply a snap decision, and once your anger has depleted, you're not involved in that anymore. You drop it. So it's not a year long or 2 year long or 3 year long or 5 year long, thing that you're trying to do to hurt somebody. You're not involving, communities of people in your attempt to hurt people, Because that's a different thing completely. And it's not about judging people either, because, we all judge people on a regular basis. That happens. It does. I do the walks with the dogs, and, sometimes I judge people as, that's not a very friendly person because they weren't considerate. Or I've judged someone as a friendly person because they were considerate. And again, I'm sorry, showing a bit of consideration does not necessarily mean that you're a lovely person. Not showing consideration does not mean you're not a lovely person. Amber! Lucy, here, now. Come on, where are you going? Lucy, you're over there, come on. Now stay out of the water this time, Lucy, okay? She has a habit of wanting to go in the water. There's water over here. Dirty water, so I don't want her in there. Well, I went for a run earlier with Stuart, and they all went in the water. Well, most of them, anyway. Lucy went in the water about 5 times. Got quite wet. So, she's drying off now. Hello, Mollie, Kylie. How you doing, bubs? Right, leave it. Now, Covie, enough. Enough, Coves. Come on, this way. Covie, leave it. Come on, you've had enough drink. You've got a tiny little bladder. Look at her on a run. She has, tonight she's going to be sleeping in the shower because last night, again, she pooed indoors. She peed indoors and pooed indoors. So that's why I'm trying to get her not to drink so much. Because she will drink, and that won't be good. You waiting for Daddy, Coves? I come in, bub. Don't worry. So, anyhow, yes, about that situation. It's a huge problem. It's a huge problem. There's probably around about, at least 3 million people who have fallen foul of Matthew 7, verse 1 and 2. There's over 3 million people who have been stupid enough to think that they can do that and get away with it. Which you can't. You think you can, because you don't see the consequences. But one thing that's as clear as day, you will pay one way or the other. And you will. And I'm talking to the 3 million of you. You will pay one way or the other. Well, because you either pay through God giving you an opportunity to pay for your sins. And yes, as I've said before, it would be monetary. In most cases, it would be monetary. Well, because money is what is important to people, really. That shows. The cost, doesn't it? When you talk about the cost of something, you talk about money, don't you? So when you talk about the price of something, you pay the price for your sins. Again, what we're talking about nowadays, money. Isn't it, really? So there you go. 1 second, I just need to pause this. Alright. We just stopped to say hello to the people. The people wanted to see the dogs. So they're asking about the dogs, and they're asking about puppy little coves. Little coves. So, well, put it this way. I mean, my situation, I'll explain that as simply as I possibly can. My job is simply to give the information. If God says, say this, I say that. Now, sometimes I do say more than what I should do, and that's when I get a slap on the wrist from God. And that's cool. I've got to learn. There's no real slap on the wrist, but you know what I mean. It's actually, it's my business just to say, this is a situation. Matthew 7, 1 to 2. You've come into a position where you've gone against that, and you'll be held accountable to that. That's basically it. That is basically it. But like I did one the other day about the fact that, if you were the one who instigated it and you were the one that brought other people in, if they don't pay, then you have to pay. Well, because again, God said you've got to say that, because the people that brought the people in, they're responsible for what these people did. So therefore, those people's debt is really that person's debt as well. And if those people pay, it's only through grace and mercy that the original person doesn't have to pay that amount as well on top of what they should pay. And so, of course, I had to bring that because, that's the point of saying, Well, because, as God said, if you're the people that persuaded others to get involved, you can persuade them to pay, can't you? Yeah. There you go. And so, again, it's simple. God says, give that, I give it. But how much you've got to give, when you're going to give, who you're going to give it to, none of my business. Not really. I mean, look, God can tell me if he chooses to, if he wants me involved in that. And put it this way, am I thinking that, this is going to be a good earner for me with regard to this situation? No. 1 second, we'll go down there a bit. They're too close. Come this way. Down here. Down here. This way. We can move. Down here a bit. Let's get out of the way. Let's get out of the way. Mollie, Collie. Come on, let's get out of the way. Come on, down here. Right, wait there, come here. Come here. Amber, stay. Micky, no, stay there. Come here. You can move this here. Come on, this. Covie. Come, this way. Come, Bubs. I'll go out of the way, then, of course, they could have easily signalled to me that they want to go down that way. I would have gone a different way. I would have gone that way to get out of their way, let them to go through. But no, I went downwards. They wanted to go downwards. I don't know. I'd say they could have easily just pointed. Use your arms, like signalling if you're on a bike to say we're going down there. That way, I'd have gone a different way. See what I mean about consideration of people? Yeah. It's as simple as that. That really is consideration, isn't it? But look. About the cash cow situation, no. No. The reason is quite simple. I've been speaking to God for a good 15, 20 years now about Christian communities, about the need for stuff like that, about certainly the possibility of the need for that, and about what that might be. Those sort of places, you're looking at, certainly even if you want to kit out the UK with those sort of places, just the UK. That's not including Europe or America or the rest of the world. You're looking at probably 100 million to do that. So, yeah. Love you, Bubs. Love you, Micky Moo. How you doing, Bubs? So yeah, I mean, if the people who have been, have decided to try and make me pay, if they have to pay money to me, then okay, that's a trifle compared to what I need. But realistically speaking, I quite like trifle. Where you've got the jelly and the fruit, and then you've got the custard, and then the cream with the hundreds of thousands on top. Very nice, certainly at certain times of the year. Very nice indeed. Quite tasty. So a trifle is okay. You don't say no to a trifle, but no, it's no. And as I said before, if God wants to give me money, there are so many ways that God can choose to do that. Hello, Mollie, Collie. How you doing, Bubs? Love you. Here you go, Coves. You go with your mum. Hello, Mix. How you doing, Micky Moo? Hey, you want some loves? Mickey Moo, how you doing? How you doing, Bubs? Covie wants to play a Mickey Moo. Oh, yes. They're pals, these two. You know, you two pals? Yeah. I think Covie loves Mickey. And Mickey loves Covie. Oh, they do. Certainly, the only one that really hasn't sort of welcomed Covie into the home has got to be Lucy, and really Riley as well. Riley's still a bit grumpy when she comes near, but I think as she gets bigger, he will realise that, oh, he can have another little play friend. So I think he'd be quite happy with that. It's just at the moment, because she's still quite small. See, with Mickey hasn't at any point in time played with puppies in the past. He's never been told off for being too rough with pups, whereas Riley has. So that's why he's a bit more grumpy with her. He doesn't want to be told off. Yeah, because he has been too rough in the past, and he has to be told off and told to calm down. So therefore, yeah. Yep, that's why Mickey is delighted to play with the pups, whereas the other ones aren't. Except Mollie, because of course it's Mollie's baby. So Lucy played with Riley as a pup, but Chewie and Mollie did not. Amber did, because Amber again hadn't been told, to be more gentle with puppies. She was only a pup at the same time, so yeah. So, put it this way. I mean, as I said before, with regards to this situation in Matthew 7, it is very much a case where the majority of people who have, fouled up in that way are not going to pay off their sins. They're not. I can't tell who the ones that are going to and who aren't. And I say, that's their business, really. It is. Yeah, I was talking to Stuart and I said, well, that's quite hopeful. I said, because if God is talking about this sort of stuff, of course, we've got this cancel culture. And those people are very much the sort of people that are falling foul of this, really. As well as people like neighbours and stuff like that do that sort of stuff. So, but certainly there's a thing in national news, media right now where they're talking a lot about the cancel culture. And so God's addressing that and saying that is sin. Doing that is a sin. You are falling foul of Matthew 7, 1-2 when you do that. And so that's good. That means that God is starting to answer the issues of today. Fantastic. Yeah, that's a good thing, because hopefully that means that things are going to start moving forwards. Yeah. Well, I was saying to Stuart, I said it's quite possible that COVID is going to be an important part to play in this, because lockdown is more than the COVID itself. Being locked down and seeing the goalposts moved and moved and moved and moved and moved and moved and moved to the point where there is really no hope that you're ever going to come out of it, which is really where we are right now. We're getting there, aren't we? We are getting there to that point. I mean, anyone who is being realistic will have to say, for the next 2 years, we're probably not going to get out of this. Probably not. Well, not if the people in charge have their will, because they really don't want to come out of it. Look at Covie with the big sticky. Look at Covie. I see you, Coves. You got a big sticky, Bubba. Look at that, eh? Lucy, did you steal from the baby? Lucy Lou, would you steal sweeties from a baby? You would. Lucy Lou, you thief. How naughty. How naughty you are, Lucy Lou. But basically, what I was saying to Stuart is, I think it's quite likely that the people in the countries are going to have to cry out to God, to deal with this situation with these governments who have taken away all the freedoms of the people. I think it's going to be a matter of time, and then when people start crying out to God, that suddenly things are going to start to move forward very quickly. Then again, how many times have we had prophecy where, this and that and the other is going to start things off? as I said to Stuart, I said, we don't really know what's going to start things off, do we? We don't know. But certainly the people crying out to God will be quite a powerful thing. Yeah, because there is a hope out there. Yeah, there is a. Well, as I said earlier, the video I did earlier indoors, you look at the situation of where we are now. We couldn't have imagined 18 months ago we'd be where we are now. So you look at the state of the countries and the state of the people in the countries. You look at the mental health issues. We can't imagine that we would be here now. But we are. Riley, come. Hello, Mollie, Carly. Love. And Micky's ahead. Aye. And there's Bubba. And a good play. Aye, she's doing good. She is. But Amber and Baby will have a bit more food in a minute. I'm not sure what they're going to have. But they're going to have a bit more food in a minute. So yeah. Yeah. But they're going to have another play later. I was saying to the two people we met, because they were saying, collies need a lot of exercise. No, they don't. I said, no. I said, look, if it hadn't been for Chewie, I said, if Chewie wasn't laid up a bit because of the fact of his issues, and if he could play roughly the way he always has done, at this time of day, we'd be playing indoors. We wouldn't be coming out for a run. We would go for a run twice a day. Because we could play indoors. And a quick play indoors, a quick game of catch indoors, knackers them out. The same hufty-pufty they are now, 20 minutes running around indoors, playing indoors. Does that, even less. Yeah. It's something Chewie can be involved in. He gets knackered. He gets full of hufty-pufties. The only one that doesn't really is Amber. Amber doesn't really play that. So it's good for Amber to have a proper walk. Yeah, but for the rest, no. And if we're going for a big walk anyway, and like earlier on we had a big walk, a good hour walk with Stuart. So Amber went on that. So if they go on that and then have a big walk, a nice good hour walk, before bedtime, well then that's 2 hours walk a day. Not bad. And then we're playing indoors for the rest of it. That's pretty good. Oh, there's that person with the big dog just ahead. What are you doing now? Come on, move it. Oh, these are the people we saw earlier. They've come back around. How on earth have they got back around so quickly? We haven't even finished and they're here. These are the ones I stopped and spoke to. They're here again. Okay. They must have turned off somewhere. And come back around. Okay. But here they are again. Cool. Right, there you go. Right, I'll speak to you soon. You take care. God bless. We're going back to the car now anyway. Bye-bye.